Oh
Oh
my
my God,
God.
I am so happy for you.
I'm like, you were the first person. I was like, I need to tell Ada. I'm like, I cannot believe it. And
I
I
was,
knew, I knew it for a while, but I couldn't say anything.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they told me yesterday, okay, we're announcing tomorrow at 8 a.m. I didn't sleep like one
Oh,
minute.
I can't imagine. You are like the man of the hour right now.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yes. I'm like, I need to, finally, I have something to tell Ada. And I like all her
That you
group.
have, I mean, I don't know why you're so worried because you have so many things that we can talk about. And actually, we're going to go and do that. Um, but let's start properly and let's just say, your full name and what is it that you do.
I'm Jorge Benderski, and I'm a dog groomer.
Do you remember how we met?
Yes, I believe the first party that we met was at downtown. I don't remember, it was called Animal Haven at that point, or was one of the Chihuahua meetings. Yes, 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 yes. It was like one of the Chihuahua meetings, and the yes, that was my very, very first. What was it? Was downtown, because I changed the names a couple times. I think back then was like Animal Haven.
Yes, it was at Animal Haven, and we had a Chihuahua event. But I think we probably saw each other before this
Yeah,
because you were at that time in Groomer has it right in the show.
correct. I'm sure. Oh my God, do you really? How come it? Where are those pictures coming? Yesterday, a friend of mine sent me that, and I didn't even remember, that existed. Obviously, they're out there. I'm like, what is that? So ridiculous.
So listen, okay, so you know what? I mean, I want to talk about a few things, but let's just talk. Let's just go straight to what is the hottest thing right now. Okay, tell me all about this new show that has been announced.
Okay, well, the show is called Pooch Perfect. It was
Mm-hmm.
the first season was in Australia, and
Yep.
the host is Rebel Wilson. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Her
Yeah.
mother is actually a very well known international dog judge and handler. So she
Oh.
grew up in the dog world. So she loves dogs, and she grew up with them. So it was the perfect match. In Australia, they have two judges that actually, Amber, one of the judges, was one of my. Um, eh, w- she competed with me on Groomer Hazard in Animal Planet
Oh.
on like 12 years ago. So she was the judge there with Colin Taylor, that is like an international dog judge. Then the second season is airing now in the UK,
I
and
saw that.
and
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the name of the host. I know she's super
Uh-huh.
famous, but and it's airing
Uh-huh.
now. I think they're on episode 2. That it is
Mm-hmm.
already a step up from from like the season 1 and the production. It's a castle and stuff. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, Americans, we have to do it bigger. We have to do it better. So of course, in the US was picked up by ABC, Disney, and so r- thanks God they asked Rebel to be back, because I adore her.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't tell me who the other judges were. They were like, oh, there is going to be one celebrity judge. We don't know. With all the COVID, things are so complicated. Productions are complicated.
Uh-huh.
Everything is so tight. And when they told me, I'm like, it's Lisa Vanderpump. I was like, I wanted it to quit. I was like, I can't. I just can't. I'm like, because I admire her, not only because I watch all the Real Housewives, but because she really had used that platform to
Mm-hmm.
help so many like dogs
Mm-hmm.
around the planet. All
To
the meat market in China, from
uh-huh.
the Julin market, she
Yeah.
was stopping the grounds there. I believe they have two shelters in there because the dogs, they have to, they're rescue, but you can't just start shipping dogs everywhere. They have to be cared
Mhm.
for. They have to be,
Yeah.
vetted and like treated. So they have at least two shelters. Then they have a shelter in Venezuela that they're doing a great job
Wow.
feeding and vaccinating. Yeah, so her work is really so much bigger than her like reality TV personality. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
always, I was so impressed with
Yeah.
her.
And you can tell she's a true animal lover because throughout the episodes of The Housewives, you can see that on her house she has swans and miniature horses and the doggies. I mean, she has
Your
animals
animal
everywhere.
spirit, like you will be her. You will be her. I'm like, you don't have, you don't have rescue ponies because you
I don't
travel
have the
too
room.
much. Correct, correct. But like, she's probably your spirit animal. I like, so yeah, she has swamps, and you know what I love the most when you see her on interviews on the show, her dogs go everywhere. Her dogs are like big fluffy masses that they're unruly and they are on the sofas everywhere. So I kind of love that. That's when you know somebody's a real animal lover, is when they truly live with their dogs and her
And she
pets.
has and she has your favorite breed, which is the
I
Pomeranian.
know, I know. Oh my God, yeah. She has a few Pomeranians. I don't know. Her little Jiggy, he passed away
Oh, he did.
recently. Yes,
Oh, I
he
didn't
just passed
know.
away. She's devastated. That dog.
Of course.
I think he pretty much lived the same. I lost Tito this summer,
I
and
I
and Sheila. When that dog
well,
did
it's,
his
it,
job. He is an
yeah,
icon on TV too. So
yeah,
she has like two or three more Pomeranians,
yeah,
and then the
yeah.
dogs that some of her rescues. So I'm sure I can't wait to meet her.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I think you both are going to be able to relate on the love for the Pomeranians and having the seniors. And then if she just lost her boy and you lost Tito over the summer, who was a celebrity pop itself. So
And over everything, like relate on using your platform to help, to help others.
mhm,
It's
yeah,
And let me tell you,
yeah,
today I was so happy, and but at the same time, with what the world is going around, I barely post many pictures on Instagram. I don't, I'm so sad but I was like, okay, one thing we need is more dog shows. We need
mhm,
shows with puppies on TV.
I
That
know.
is what we need. We need to stop looking at people fighting, and we need to see puppies. So I was like,
I agree
okay, yeah.
with you. I totally agree with you. And then I wanted to post this picture because it's just one of many where I can show how you are so active in the community, helping people in different ways. Can you tell us about this one?
This was uh, the former Speaker of New York, Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that was there is no poop fairy, was to say that we need to pick up our after our dogs because
Uh-huh.
they
Yeah.
represent a health hazard, for our community when we don't
Yeah.
pick up after their dogs because of the bacteria,
Yeah.
because some other dog can step on it. So if that
Mm-hmm.
was that project. But what I'm more proud of doing in New York City are my workshops at the inner city. When
Okay.
I go and I give people tips of how important it is to know the basic of grooming of your own dog,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the easiest way of and the fastest way for early detection of most of the health issues. And what happened
Yeah.
when you discover very early that the dog or your cat has like a ear infection or a skin rash or a little bump? or like or irritation, if you discover it early on, it is cheaper to take care of, because usually just take either one visit to the vet or some over-the-counter pet products. So you save money. The dog save, you know, it's less painful for the dog, because if you don't, just happen that you don't take, oh my God.
Asking me to pick him up, to say hello to
Yeah.
Jorge.
So, when we know how to identify things early, we
Mm-hmm.
not only save like a headache, but a lot of money. And some people,
Yeah.
unfortunately, they don't take the dog to the groomer that often, maybe because they have short hair and some. So if it's nobody to pick up on something like that, then we have a bigger problem. So to me, educating people on like early detection from like health issues through grooming, because when you're grooming a dog with long hair, you're looking at every inch of the skin. You look from nose to tail if you do it properly. So I always say, grooming is way more than just getting the dog to look pretty. That's a good side effect. The main thing is the bonding, the bonding process. Oh my God, the spring grooming, the bonding process. Like when you brush your dog, that's where you connect. When you think about nature, Mama monkey, grooms baby monkey. Mama lion groom baby lion. And that's how they bond. So, grooming your own dog is a way that he knows that you are the caretaker. You're not only, the one who feed him, but you're the only one that, protects him. So,
Yeah.
I always say, and even if you have a Chihuahua, they shed a lot.
Uh-huh. Oh, big time. Big
They
time.
are like, yes. So, when you use the right brush, like the rubber brush, you incentivize the circulation on the skin, so the hair follicles become stronger and they lose less hair. So, and people is like, well, I have a Chihuahua, I don't need to groom it. I'm like, yes, you do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. You need to bathe, to groom, cut nails, clean ears, eyes, everything. I mean, it's a pet, it's an animal, and you have to do it for them because they cannot do it for by themselves.
Correct. And it's something that you can learn. I always say, we know how to take care of like our kids, our nephews, or like we know how to take
Mm-hmm.
care of humans. We consider our pets our kids from other species. So we should know the basic of taking care of them. That
Yeah,
will make
yeah.
you a better pet owner. It's impossible that, you need to know your dog or cat anatomy, the basics, you need to learn.
Uh-huh. And because you like to share that so much, you made a book. You had
Yes.
where you share all those tips.
And that book is, when it came out, it was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Groomers were kind of funny about it. They were like, well, you're giving up, like you're like a magician giving out the tricks. And I'm like, no, every pet owner needs to know. And then the pandemic
Mm-hmm.
happened. And my book is being a bestseller since it's on six
Mm-hmm.
different languages all over the world. And it's
Mm-hmm.
because now more than ever we realize that we need to know how to take care of our pets
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
homes.
Okay. So I don't know if you can tell us about it, but what what things are you looking forward to see from the groomers? It's gonna be like any specifics?
Well,
Uh.
as a groomer, I am very critical of groomers.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I know what to look for. First is always the connection. The good thing, it's like I don't even know if the groomers probably won't know the dog. So that is always a challenge, and that's always a challenge when you know that lets you see how the groomers are on that connection. So that to
Mm-hmm.
me is super important. Dancing, like grooming is like dancing a tango. You need to move together with the dog. If I see somebody too neurotic, that to me is a flag. And then, depend on the challenge, you look, if it's a standard cut, I will look for standard. If it's some other cut, but you always look for balance. You always look, you know it's a whole package, and I like to
I'm
like it,
hoping.
and I like to
I,
judge
I,
everything.
I'm hoping to see. At least I hope they do one creative grooming. I always love that part because I know that you in your book and in before you always have shown how to do the tattoos on the dogs, like very
I
fun
know
tattoos
the
that is
temporary
insane.
tattoos. I love it. I honestly, I have no idea about what the challenges are for, and I'm very
Uh-huh.
happy about it because I want to be surprised as you're
Yes.
gonna be surprised. So I know
Uh-huh.
what I look for when I judge, but I have no idea what the challenges are gonna be. They have been working on the production forever. This is not a show that
Mm-hmm.
they put together in 2 minutes. It's
Yes.
been
Mm-hmm.
months and months of production. I didn't know. I have never
Yes. It's
worked on a
that.
production so big. I work for Animal
Mm-hmm.
Planet and for TMC. I for TLC, and and I have done a lot of TV, but it has never been at this level. They say it's the biggest prize that has ever been given at a dog competition. But I remember when I did the Groomer Has a reality show, and I can
Uh-huh.
only imagine. I keep calling my old friends from Groomer Hassan and saying, like, can you imagine what all these competitors are feeling like right now? They're freaking
Uh-huh.
out.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Well,
like,
there's
that was me, like 12 years ago or 13 years. I'm like, that was
uh,
us. So I cannot even imagine because I'm already freaking out. I passed the freaking out anxiety point and I'm on the I today I start getting excited. I
so have you been in contact with Jonathan and with what's the lady from California?
Amber
Um
or Kathleen.
Kathleen. Kathleen,
Yes,
yes.
we became family.
Uh-huh.
Amber. Uh, First, Amber was one of the judges from Australia, so
Yep.
I really got in touch with her and say, "Can you give me some tips how it was?" I'm like, they filming for like I don't know 14 hours a day, so they're like very
Oh my.
long days. I'm like, I'm not even awake that long. I'm like, how am I going to do that? So so I'm always in touch with most of them. Okay, Kathleen, she's funny. She's always bothering me with something, and Jonathan, I'm constantly. I think we probably talk. I don't know, a couple times a week, and he's
Yeah.
been a great help because I was so nervous, and when you're nervous and you are in front of a big project, all your insecurities start to come out.
Well, I
So
guess it's human. I guess it's human, but I really don't see why. You are talented. This is your field, your experience. You're very good at it. You
I
have
know,
such
but it's
charisma.
still. I'm still, I still, it brings all like, oh my God, dude, I'm good enough? Do I'm still good enough? I haven't seen a person in like real life in 9 months. I'm
Oh,
like, I have like social atrophy. I'm so excited about the show. I'm excited about being around people. Yeah.
well, I don't want to add more stress or anxiety to your shoulders, but the whole New York City pet community is behind you. We are so proud. I
I
mean,
know.
you are one of us, and to me, that is like the best news that I could
I know.
have and I
Today,
could
that's
hear.
what I'm like. I need to talk to Ada. I'm like, we need to do a Zoom or something. I'm like, you need to be the first one to spread the news. I'm like, it has to be the Chihuahua Nation, first. So I was like, yes, yes. I'm like, and I don't suppose to like. I should have. I'm like, oh no, I'm talking with Ada. Oh my god!
But you
And you
you
didn't
be
put the picture up when you were like Chris Jenner. Remember
oh you were oh, yes, I do have that picture.
segment?
That's epic.
And they took my wig off. Oh,
You
I
were
supposed to
supposed to
look
look
like
like
Bruce Jenner. I look
Bruce.
like
Yeah.
what you call it, like Navratilova.
But that is one of the best costumes
It
I
has
think that I
been
have made. It's so
iconic.
funny. Yes, it's so funny.
Even the Kardashians had like this picture.
Oh, they
They
did.
yes, yes. Caitlyn never did. Caitlyn didn't
Ah,
do, and maybe because I didn't Photoshop the
uh-huh.
private of Tito. But I love that. That is my favorite thing ever. That, and you made that outfit overnight.
No, let's go back to you,
Oh,
Jorge. You show dogs because I saw pictures of you showing Pomeranian.
yes,
You judge the breed also.
correct. I used to.
Yeah.
I no, I'm not. I'm a judge for actually Pekingese and
For Peking.
well,
Okay.
and Chihuahuas. I was like the
Oh,
youngest judge in for FCI in Argentina when I was like 16 years old. I judged the first national. Yes,
I
yes, yes. I
saw
know
I
it.
saw this I saw this picture of you showing. Is that Tito?
That's Tito. Yes.
That but Jorge, I want to ask you about this.
Oh my God. That yeah, that was a moment, and I love. I'm a funny guy. I love
Uh-huh.
to laugh.
Well, uh-huh.
I love to laugh. So yes, this was I did lots of workshops on stand up comedy, and not that much to work as a stand up comedy, but like to
Mm-hmm.
not to be shy if I had to do TV. You got to be quick, you got to be
Uh-huh.
funny. So stand up is really an art where like you need you they teach you how to like read the people, the crowd. So you use it for everything, because like if I go do a seminar, I want to be sure that the people is having fun too, that they're not falling
Uh-huh.
asleep. If
Okay.
I'm on TV, and remember when I did like Regis and Kelly, Regis was
Mm-hmm.
a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
It was, he will like throw you in the middle of everything, like with, and and you had to be super quick to be able
Quick,
to
yeah.
catch up.
Move it. Yeah.
When you did like the times that you did Letterman, those people, you're the one who need to
Mm-hmm.
catch the ball, and you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to be quick with your answer. So to me, learning stand up was a way to, try to, you know,
This is like my favorite photo from all of you together.
I know, but you're missing there.
I'm missing because I was working in the event,
Oh,
and you
that
all guys came to the limousine.
I know, but I'm sure there are pictures with all of us. I know. I can't believe
Yeah.
it. How groundbreaking was that at that time,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
now we are like so, and it's a great thing, but they're like influencers and crazy pet people all over now. And it's a great
Mm-hmm.
thing because that means that way more money is being raised for different causes. So it's a great thing. But you started all.
We started all. I mean, I think we had a nice group that is the foundation of what is the New York pet community. And right now, we are the ones who open the doors to all these other like so-called influencers and celebrity pop that are running around. And we created
I know.
a a business. We created a field. We gave seriousness to uh, to this arena of pets
And a
that don't
purpose,
before.
because everybody always love the crazy aspect of like
Mhm,
having fabulous pets, but nobody was using it to raise money for a good cause. So what I
mhm.
believe that you started and like the Pet Society in New York started was giving it a reason.
Yes.
They were always some people who were crazy about their pets. They always been, but I think
But
that what we started back was giving it a good reason to do it.
mhm,
Before you started it, they weren't those like super glamorous dresses for dogs. There
mhm.
was always store, pet store outfits for dogs,
Yeah.
but they were
Yeah.
never couture. You hardly
Mhm.
ever see them like,
Yeah. And my Vanilla was the first dog to have a Swarovski gown made. And then after that, then all the designers started picking up and started making the outfits. And until now, I mean, it's a big slice of the pie of pet fashions to have all these, gowns and very elaborated outfits.
But
that
but
are.
with you was when they started, because before, as a groomer and as a pet owner, every outfit was just functional. Like you
Mhm.
you took it from ready to wear to editorial, because then it was like, okay, why? Yeah, I'm like, you carrying the dog all day. Why can't she has a cape that is
Mhm.
3 feet long? I feel so blessed that I started my public life, let's say, as a competitor in a reality show. And
Mhm.
now I get to be on the other side, and my heart is always going to be to show the greatness of their job.
Have they give you an idea on when the show is going to start airing or not yet?
It's planned to start on the spring.
Well, get ready for the next roller coaster, Jorge.
I know, and get ready. Let's start thinking about what kind of events are we going to do.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Oh my God, my mind can go. My mind can go. Woo! Well, Jorge, I couldn't be happy. Thank you for doing this. I know that you're busy and you are the man of the hour. Everybody is looking for Jorge. Want to talk to Jorge, and then
And
you
you got
you're
the
doing this
breaking
for.
news.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. You know that I'm gonna be cheering. I'm gonna be watching and cheering, and I'll make a huge. I'll blow up a huge thing that my Jorge is doing this show.
For the opening, when the show start, I want to celebrate a cookie from you.
That's a deal. You're getting cookies from me. That's a deal.
Okay,
You tell me the date. Tell me the date, and they'll be ready.
and I will be watching the first episode with one of your cookies.
Yes,
And
yes.
okay, my love.
Okay. I love you.